It's estimated that nearly 70% of farm families nationwide do not have a firm plan in place to pass the farm to the next generation. The American Soybean Association, in cooperation with a company called eLegacy Connect, offering workshops around the country from now to the end of the year to help families begin the conversation. Workshops already have been held in South Dakota and Tennessee. RFD-TV attended this workshop in Kentucky. eLegacy founder Kevin Spafford told us many families may have an estate plan that's not the same as a succession plan.
Most estate plans are not succession plan friendly. So I need an estate plan as part of my succession plan, but if it drives the succession plan, I'm probably setting up my farm for failure. So the estate tax today is very friendly for farmers, but you still need to plan because there's things more important like who's going to take over, how do we keep it together as a going concern, how do I provide financial security for the family that's, say, retiring or stepping back, and then the new family that's coming in, and then you've got that middle generation that still wants to grow it, and how do we provide the capital there? So there's a lot more nuances to a succession plan than just a simple estate tax document.
Spafford likes to boil his presentation down to 5 key elements that must take place within an extended family conversation.
5 keys are you got to have a planning model, a defined path to plan. What's a successful plan look like? Number 2 is every single family has common obstacles that they need to overcome. Maybe it's equal versus fair, maybe it's control issues or extended family. So we got to overcome those obstacles. Number 3, and I just mentioned, is we got to focus on common goals, things that we all believe in and can get behind and support. Number 4 is we got to have good communication strategy, and it's far more than talking about the ball game or the weather. We got to get into heartfelt needs or wants. And then number 5 is that commitment, which we got to, it's not always easy, but it is definitely gratifying, but we got to commit to take the next step or get over the next hurdle or through the next process, if you will. So 5 keys, pretty simple.
Dave Stevens is a former president of the Kentucky Soybean Association. As a family farmer, he says it's too easy to put off this kind of planning, and the message he took away from the workshop is to just get the conversation started.
And until you start it, it always seems to get put on the back burner. We'll get to it on a rainy day. We'll talk about it in the winter months when it's not seems to be as much attention to detail with what's got to happen in those certain key months of the year, which would be on the row crop side of it. And so that kind of gets put on the back burner, and it always seems to default to, we need to get work done, we'll talk about it later. So this is really opening the door and getting a lot of different ideas that come from different people in your area. I've got a lot of people in my area that are here, and just hearing what they were going through, and as that kind of relates to what you're going through, and we kind of just share ideas to really, plan for the future succession of how we pass the farm on to the next generation.
Families can start the conversation to determine who does and who doesn't want to continue farming the next generation, but ASA suggests having legal, financial, and tax advisors to actually put a plan in place. Mark Oppold, RFD-TV News.